Welcome to the first edition of the Hale Barnes draft simulation game. Today, the two teams that will be taking part are Tommy Smith's Super Dwarfs and Younas Saeed's Quaranteam. Both teams have been selected through a rather rigorous draft that was done last night. As you can see, both captains here, Tommy Smith on the left and Younas Saeed on the right, are doing the toss, and Team Quaranteam have won. Younas Saeed will therefore have choice of whether to bat or bowl, and he is bowled first on what seems like a green pitch here today at Old Trafford. So that is the Super Dwarfs batting lineup with Sam Smith and Farhan Rabbani opening up. And Joe Cooper will be opening the bowling. And first delivery, and we have a dot. So Joe Cooper opening the bowling for Quaranteam here. He is the current first 11 Player of the Year and also won League Player of the Year as well. Bowling to Sam Smith, who had a breakout season really last year. He scored his first 100 for the second 11, 116 not out, and then also transferred that form back into the first team, ending the season with a fairly healthy average and a couple of half centuries. And that will be the first extra of the innings. It's been a good start though. First two deliveries and no runs off the bat. And that's been nicked. But it's picked up in the short third man. Cooper will be very happy with where he's up to at the minute. 3 deliveries gone, only one run. He's trying to force the pace a little bit here, Smith, but another nick. Cooper's very happy with his over so far, and I imagine his captain will be too. That's the first sign of aggression, and yep, it's got it over point even. Yeah, he's managed to push that way square over point. Cooper's not happy, but that will be the first boundary of the innings. A rather unorthodox shot there by Sam Smith, but if you've met him, you'd understand. The final delivery of this first over. And it's another pick-up. And it's been caught. That's the first wicket. Sam Smith has gone for 4 from 6 deliveries. Joe Cooper picks up a wicket in the first over of the match. And I imagine Sam Smith will be disappointed there. Been a good start though by Team Quaranteam. So that was caught by Jack Riley off the ball with Joe Cooper for 4 runs off 6 deliveries. So that would bring Mike Hunter to the crease. Mike is a former first team skipper. He got 3 50s last year. And he's very much a stalwart of the club, has been around for a long time. And it will be Jack Wiley with the second over. And Hunter has picked that up wonderfully. Is that going to go for... Oh, it's been wonderfully stopped on the boundary by, I believe, Joe Fretwell Walsh. And that has been recovered well, and that will be 3, I believe. So that will bring Farhan Rabbani to the crease. Farhan is the current third 11 captain, and he's well known for his aggressive style of batting, averaging 35.83 last year with a strike rate of 101. That's a wonderful delivery though. First up from Jack Wiley. Jack Wiley here is the current second team Player of the Year, finishing last year as their leading wicket taker. Bowls a very conservative line and length. Not a huge amount of pace, but it just wobbles around a little bit here and there. Nice away swing, as can be seen here, and that's found the edge. It's been a very good over this so far. Just the 3 runs off the first 4 deliveries. Jack Wiley will be happy with this. I imagine his captain, Younas Saeed, will also be happy. Oh, wonderful delivery. That's beaten the outside edge. Play and miss is what you want to see. This has been a very, very good start. Only 8 runs off the first 11 deliveries of the match. Oh, and another edge. That man at third man has been extremely busy so far. And that will bring to the end the first over. Joe Cooper will continue. The score is 8-1. And Hunter has put that down. Oh, and it's been dropped. It's been dropped by Joe Fretwell Walsh. 2 former housemates there, Joe Cooper and Joe Fretwell Walsh. Hunter's got a little grin on his face. Of course he does. Slightly missed time, trying to force the issue. They're desperately in need of some boundaries. And yep, that is a horrible drop. Quite rightly, horrible drop.
Yep.
Oh, and it's an inside edge, just adding more insult to injury. Are they going to scurry back for 2? They are. They're going to work their way back and they're going to make it back for 2. So that's Hunter on strike. Rabadi is still not scored off 5 deliveries so far, which is very un-Farhan-like. Cooper looks to be happy with his day's work so far. 1 for 9 off his 1.5 overs.
Yep.
Oh, and it's a hoik across the line from Michael Hunter. A very un-Hunter-like shot, but it's done the business and that's got him 4. Cooper with 2 balls left in his spell. We'll expect him to open the batting for Team Quaranteam later on, but Hunter has picked another gap. Yes, he has. That's a much better timed shot. And that will be another 4. The Super Dwarfs are really looking to put their foot down here. After the early loss of Sam Smith, Mike Hunter has come in and really taken the gauntlet on.
Nice.
Now we see the skipper bring himself into the attack, searching for wickets. Oh. Good pace early on, and Rabani has now got a hole over without scoring. This is a man whose strike rate was 101 last year, with a top score of 117 not out, so it is very, very unlike him.
Yep.
And he'll finally be off the mark. That's the quickest Younas has moved in a long time. One of the people really feeling the quarantine is Younas. With it being Ramadan at the minute, he's only ever good during Ramadan, so if we do get any cricket later on in this year, I highly doubt it'll be any good. And Mike Hunter there with another 4. He's really taking this in his stride. Lovely open-faced, through backward point, split the fielders. It's a heavy offside field here for Saeed, but with 2 men on the boundary. But it's a poor ball, it's too straight, and Hunter has picked it up off the middle and leg and flipped it through the mid-wicket region. Quite rightly, Saeed should be annoyed at himself there. After a very, very encouraging start, starting to get away from Quaranteam a little bit, thanks mainly to Michael Hunter. And it's short from Saeed, and that looks like it'll be another 4. It is. Poor bowling this from the skipper. He's only got himself to blame. There were rumours that he wouldn't have picked himself if he had the choice, but unfortunately he didn't. with plenty of other bowling options with Peter Stubbs, Joe Fretwell Walsh, Christian Dodson and Phil Dodd. I'm sure we'll see some new bowling shortly, and that's not being stopped either. That is another 4. Rather erratic over there by the captain, not really helped his team out, but Mike Hunter has really enjoyed himself. And like I said, here's Phil Dodd. He is a rather underused bowler. Bowls a nice, decent line and length, bit of outswing. Oh, and he's got him squared up there. He's squared up Farhan, and that's been squirted out to backward point for no run. Oh, and a play and miss. Rabbani really needs to go, or he needs to hit out or get out, really. It's getting to a point now where we are nearly halfway through the innings with only 37 on the board. And he looks like he's having a go. Current strike rate of 10 for Rabbani, and the first 3 deliveries of this over have been dots. It looked like a slower Yorker, loopy Yorker, just 70 mile an hour, but again, just being squirted out to point. A maiden here would be invaluable for Team Quaranteam. Oh, another play and miss. Another play and miss. He likes it. Phil Dodd likes it. It's early season. It's May. First game in May. Green top. He'll get the ball talking. Oh, and that's extremely unlucky. He's found the edge. Inside edge, and they're going to scramble back for 2. Are they? Oh. He'll be disappointed there, but with just 2 off his first over, that's a great start by Phil Dodd. And now we see Joe Fretwell Walsh. Joe's currently in Australia. He actually didn't play last year, but he's been a valuable member of the club for many, many years. Some of Joe's crowning achievements were leading the club to victory in the 2018 Cheshire Shield final, where he hit the winning runs. He also has a first-team century to his name. Yep, catch it. And that's short, and yeah, good pick-up out there on the deep square leg boundary, so that'll just be one to bring Farhan Rabbani back on strike. Oof. Not bad that from Joe. If that was missed, that was out. Yeah, so Joe has played for literally every single team that you could have played at Hale Barnes, with his dad being the junior coach for many of us. And this has been good bowling, just back of a length, trying to force Rabbani into playing a big shot. He is now 3 from 15, and he's really holding up the Super Dwarfs. Oh, and that's been squirted through. I think he was looking to hit that through square leg, but somehow it's ended up just in front of square at point, into sort of the cover point region. And that's nicked, and it's just short. Great bowling here by Joe Fretwell Walsh. That's a good start, and now we see the disruptor himself, Peter Stubbs. Peter is a rather undervalued cricketer, underrated cricketer, I believe. He's got some decent pace, and that shows there. Rabbani has gone full straight. Off stump has gone flying. It looks like it may have taken a little bit of a nip, but that brings to an end a rather tortuous innings by Farhan Rabbani, which have really, well, you would say that he's wasted 17 deliveries there for his team. So this is JFB, James Fulton batting. He has been at the club now for 3 seasons. scored decent runs, scored his first 100 last year. The score is 101 against Alvanley. And he's out, first ball. That's 2 in 2 from Peter Stubbs. He's quite rightly thrilled. It's a very, very... He's picked out the one man. It's a very, very classic JFB shot. That flick, that shuffle to the leg side. And Jack Wiley takes the catch. He's obviously feeling the pressure there, and that will bring Chris Colley in. I believe the only left-hander playing in the entire game. But Mike Hunter is on strike to the hat-trick ball of Peter Stubbs. Oh! I mean, questions will be asked of Saeed for bowling himself before this man. Best figures from last year were 5 for 11. As you can see, he can bowl these destructive spells. He's currently 2 for none off 3 deliveries. And there's no one out there. Is that going to go for 6? No, just a 1 bounce 4. Lord Michael Hunter is really taking this on himself. He's decided if no one else is going to score runs, I will. He's with his good friend Christopher Colley out there as well. These two should add an aura of experience and level-headedness to the innings. We still have some big hitting in T-Sad coming in next. Thomas Saddington, followed by the skipper Tommy Smith. More good stuff this from Stubbsy. Just 4 from it so far with the 2 wickets, which are obviously huge. So currently 45 for 3. And that's closed that out with 3 overs to go. 45 for 3 the Super Dwarfs. Team Quaranteam will be extremely happy with this so far. You have to imagine that the skipper Younas Saeed is very happy. And we're going to continue with Joe Fretwell Walsh to Christopher Colley, round the wicket, and Colley straight away has cut that one down to 3rd man for 4. He's been struggling with his back, which is why he hasn't played much over the past year, but still a class act and bowls some half decent off spinners as well. So we've got Joe Fretwell Walsh coming to the crease, just outside off stump, and it's just punched into the covers by Colley. Quaranteam will be happy here. They'd be thinking anything under 80 will be easily gettable. Currently 49 for 3. Oh, and that's been... I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Oh, it looks like an inside edge, trying to drive it through cover. An inside edge, but just for a single from Chris Colley, and that will bring Mike Hunter back on strike. Back over the wicket from Fretwell Walsh. Oh, it's a wonderful delivery. It's just wonderful. I think that beat the inside edge. It just nipped back a little bit. Hunter trying to punch it through the covers. His scoring areas are looking to be mid-wicket. But unfortunately the ball just isn't there. Backward of point is, there's no cover out there. There is also no one over the mid-off region. Oh, there has been a change of field here, so there is plenty of cover on the leg side now. Oh, it's a great delivery. And that's a great way to finish his spell. We now see Peter Stubbs coming back on to bowl the penultimate over. Oh, and Colley's just humped him back over his head. Is that going to go all the way? 1 bounce. You have to think that the Super Dwarfs really have to get a move on here. They really need to push that score up closer to sort of 70, 80 And any more after that is obviously going to be an added bonus. 54 for 3 with 11 balls remaining in the innings. Oh, and Stubbs again. What a delivery. Played all around that, did Collie, and that has just absolutely dismantled his stumps. A nice little cameo innings from Collie, and that will bring Thomas Saddington to the crease. A few little bits from about Teesside. Scored 311 runs last year, including his first 50 for any team. It just happened to be for the first, and off the mark there with a wonderful cut shot, just backward of point. Stubbs is disappointed with his line, but I think he's just going to chalk that one down to a very, very good shot. .58 for 4 now. Looks like a lot of hit and runs, just tapping and running for everything now. So we've got Stubbs to Hunter. Stubbs currently 3 for 13 off his 1.4, and Hunter is 36 off 21. That's been edged down to third man, where it's been picked up and returned just for a single. So Stubbs is looking really good here, really good from Stubbs. The 3 wickets are invaluable, but for only 14 runs as well. Oh, that's close. He's giving it. He's giving it. That was a 4 for 14 from Peter Stubbs. 4 for 14. There is a chance of a review. Will the Super Dwarfs use it? They won't. Teesside will trudge off. Just 5 from 3. And that will bring the captain to the crease. Be at the non-striker's end. And it will be the captain to finish off. Went for 17 in his first over. And a dot first ball, so well done. Good work, good start there. Five deliveries left. They'll be looking for at least 10 runs off these 5 deliveries. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but I believe that was a bump ball. Somehow that has bounced before getting to slip. But it's a dot ball, and that's all that Quaranteam will care about. Yep. Just a single, and that will bring Tommy Smith on strike. I mean, his last 6 was in 2016, and to be honest, he probably peaked in 2008 when he scored 101 that out, and also got 2 wickets in the same match. But a rather uncharacteristic straight drive for 4. He means business here. I mean, the irony is that he's on the front foot. I don't think anyone's ever seen him play a front-footed shot in his life, but I mean, this isn't real, really, is it? So captain to captain. Oh, and it's picked up, and it's flicked away for another 4. And Tommy Smith has decided that he's going to really try and put some emphasis into this innings, try and give them some momentum towards the end of the innings, and really show which captain is the better of the 2. So we've got the final ball of the innings. Hale Barnes Super Dwarfs are on 69 for 5, picked up, and another 4. Tommy Smith striking there 400 in a match is something that is very, very unseen. Very, very rarely seen. And thank you for watching the first part of, or the first innings I should say, of this, with the Super Dwarfs finishing on 73 for 5. So that will mean 74 will be needed by Team Quarantine. Join us shortly for the second innings.